All right, everybody, welcome. This is going to be a really fun but different CIRF report. Not only do we have a new moon, but we have some new charts to show as promised. I got it done and it's very exciting. I could go probably for an hour on this one, so I got to be careful. And I'm not going to do a lot of explanation, but I'll do a kind of a new beginner's guide for the new charts that we have. And so the new moon, we have the new I-Ching. So let's go ahead and get started with the DreamBot. If this is new to you, please see the beginner's guide. We have 3 different memes, which is not abnormal. But the first one is the red, and this is basically winning. Trump, checkmate, win, gun, Trump, bigger, awake, chosen, Nova, and yelled. So it's kind of a yang issue. So then we also have travel and leisure in the blue, and it's kind of a positive spin on travel. Like subway can be very hectic, but you've got things like happy in there, and just kind of the positive spin of travel. We also have staying in there, but that's also leisure. So we also have, lastly, relationship, and this is feel, mate, included, person, and met. It's not like large groups of social engagement. This is just your very close 1 or 2 or handful of relationships. Okay. All right. So now let's get into the astrology. Now that we know what the memes are, I put the memes up here in the top right. Now take a deep breath. Yes, it does look different. It does look new. I realize that. First of all, the planets are a lot smaller in size. And so if you're having a hard time reading this, try to go full screen on your phone or your tablet or your computer. And then hopefully this is big enough, because I wanted more detail, because what we've added here is the rave mandala. If you're really interested on what this is, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail today because we don't have time. But we are going to be using this, and I'll show you where it's going to really make sense when I go into this. Okay. The rave mandala came in from human design. Human design is kind of takes in all the mystical astrology, I-Ching, Kabbalah, all that stuff into a birth chart and shows you how you were designed. And this is going to be a revolutionary way to show like horoscopes and readings. Okay. And so I'll do a whole other video on how to really use this. But one example that I have in here is Jupiter. Jupiter is in hexagram. This is the I-Ching hexagrams, and there's 64 of them. And they're not in order because they're in order of influence in the tropical zodiac. That's how they were set up. So anyway, when I do my chart, I can see that I had Jupiter when I was born in hexagram 11. And so now that Jupiter is in hexagram 11, that's extremely meaningful for me. And I can go into hexagram 11 and see that side of me is really coming manifest. Now, what's interesting is my fiance also has Jupiter in 11. We're reuniting in May 11th. She's moving here. So is there any coincidence that it's just in the stars? It's amazing. So anyway, that has nothing to do with you guys at all, but I just wanted to show how important this is to your own personal readings and daily readings. And this is really the only place I know that you're going to be able to get that information on a daily basis. All right. So on Friday, May 3rd, we have these 3 memes, and we got the moon hitting up to a lot of different places. Early in the morning, you got moon conjunct Mercury. This is while we're asleep. Most of us are sleeping. Then you've got a square to Pluto at 2:14 a.m. Central. 3:03, you've got a trine to Jupiter. And you're basically waking up on Friday morning to a whole lot of a face full of Uranus. Moon conjunct Uranus as the moon gets ready to make its new moon with the sun, its conjunction with the sun. So a lot of change there, and that indicates meme number or letter B, which is travel leisure. Yeah, of course, travel leisure is different than change, but that the way that it processes in the brain is a whole new environment. So travel is a form of change, and so maybe that meme really isn't travel so much as just kind of change. And we are getting close to a new cycle ending, so maybe there's something to this. Hang on to that. Let's go to the next day. This is Saturday, May 4th. We've got the new moon. Why I keep saying full moon at 5:44 p.m. and where this is a full relationship. This is the epitome, the biggest metaphor of relationship out there, the sun and the moon, and they're together. It's not a full moon where they're opposite. This is together. Of course, they're not touching, but they're the same point in the sky. And so that is the yin and yang. That's in a full relationship, even more than just metaphoric. The sun representing yang and male energy, and the moon representing feelings and inside and inspiration, the feminine energy. But here's the advantage of the I-Ching or the I-Ching and the hexagrams, is that we know that this new moon is taking place in hexagram 2, and I'll have more on that first. But a lot of people are going to hinge their readings on Taurus, and Taurus is headstrong, it's earthy and very practical, and so it's just going to get things done. But getting new things started is no. Let's just finish what we've got, and let's experience this life to the fullest. That's what really Taurus is known for. And so anyway, that's more of the travel leisure, just having that Taurus influence. Now, let's go into this I-Ching reading, I-Ching hexagram 2. So you've got the new moon on the 4th. The influence is Taurus, like I talked about. But the solution is way out here in the Sidereal Astrology of Aries. That's curious. How are we going to work that out? You've got the Taurus kind of just steadfast energy, and you've got the Aries very powerful fire energy. But I-Ching 2 says this. It's receptive acquiescence. It's something just needs to be completed. We remain persevering. Let's just wrap this up to completion. We're not going to blame anything. We're not going to expect any praise or any reward. We're going to refuse any new creativity. Ooh, this is the difference between this and probably your mainstream astrologists are focused in on starting new. You got to quickly start the new you because this is a new moon. Well, the stars are saying something different. It's just getting your stuff done. It's the passive female earth energy is what we're dealing with here, not just in the astrology and the tropical influence, but also in the I-Ching. Now, what does that mean for Cinco de Mayo 5/5? This is Sunday, and the moon, of course, has progressed a little bit further and now is in I-Ching 23. Now, is it time to start now? Well, no, the I-Ching pretty much says no. It's I-Ching hexagram 23 is splitting apart. It's a docility and devotion. Now, what's interesting is they say that it's just kind of it's recognizing your place. It's recognizing your place in the world. They talk about the mountain, and the mountain is just there. And this is what you need to be, is just there. But those above, the ones below, can ensure your position by giving generously to those who are below. That's interesting. So it's almost like you take your spoils of your hard-earned labor and your hard work and getting stuff done, which is very Taurus. And once that's completed, we're not so quick to get started on new projects. And instead, we're giving generously to other people in need. Now, let's look at the rest of the stars here. And in the morning, this is on Cinco de Mayo, we're going to have some massive, crazy dreams. Neptune with a trine. We've got sextile over to Neptune, trine over to Pluto, which is even deeper stuff and material. And then you're going to wake up to a face full of Saturn. This is in a trine, so it's kind of helpful, but it's like showing you what you should do. Now, Saturn is full of shoulds. You're in sidereal Aries, so you're gonna like feel like I should probably do this, but you're in Taurus, and Taurus is like, I'm not big on getting new things started. Let's just let's lay low and really experience the world. Well, get this. Mars at 5 p.m., this is later on in Cinco de Mayo, Mars makes an opposition to Jupiter. Now, Jupiter could be relationships a little bit, it could be fortune. And Mars is kind of contradicting that. So this is your win checkmate, because you've got the fighter opposing fortune, but opposition doesn't necessarily have to be oppositional. And I think this is going to be a pretty good situation where you're feeling like it's done. You're feeling like you're getting the rewards of having worked hard on Friday and Saturday and gotten all your stuff done and gotten your goals met. And now it's just kind of sit back. And even though you've got Mars is kind of the fighter, it's opposing Jupiter, which could feel like a huge victory. That's what it could really feel like. So hopefully that's for you. And the I-Ching and the hexagrams all concur, and even influence of Taurus is, let's just sit back and once you finish your goals, go ahead and work hard. Use the Aries to work hard and get to the goals, but don't start new projects. Not yet. Not until after the next CIRF report, and we can see where the DreamBot is and the memes are in the collective before you start these new projects. Okay, so let's look at the solutions. Hey, we're ending another cycle. The new moon is representative of it is finished. And so complete your projects. Another cycle ends. Hard work is rewarded. And make sure, the only thing missing out of this is make sure that you're giving generously to those who are below you. And it's not done selfishly, but that is according to the I-Ching, that is the solution to keeping yourself in that position. And for intervention, don't get into the Aries aggressiveness. Don't get into the Aries egotistical, expecting rewards. And then don't start impulsive projects. Don't start those immediately. It's not the time yet. I-Ching makes it very clear to just hang out and persist, get your stuff done using determination of Aries, complete the goals, and then take a breath. If you get your goals met on Friday, you've got Saturday and Sunday, depending on your work schedule and your other commitments. But it is full up relaxation as soon as you get those goals and projects completed. All right. All right. Hope you enjoy. Thanks everybody for being here. And I enjoy those comments. Thanks everybody for hanging in with these new changes. We'll see you on Sunday evening.